Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Own Your Creativity with me, Elizabeth Johnston, and Mitchell Levy. Because today we are talking about the gift giveaway that we're both participating in. It's called Strength in Numbers. And today you're going to find out a little bit more about Mitchell. So tell us, what do you do and who do you serve?
Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and I serve overall humans that want to be seen as credible.
Right.
I could give more if you want, but I just thought give it short, make it easy. It's a wide audience, as you could tell. How about my
Yeah.
book title? My book title said professionals that want to be seen as credible. So, okay, narrow the scope just a small by a couple billion. That's all.
All right. And how do you help humans be seen?
The thing that's interesting is first you need to know what you want to be seen for. So depending on who you serve, right? If who you serve is 10 people, you only need to be seen by those 10 people. If who you served is a small local community, then you need to be seen just by that small local community. And so that's what happens is we've gone under this concept that we need to be a thought leader or we need to be world known, and that's not true. Now, the next thing is, what are you seen for? And so the definition of credibility in the dictionary is wrong. It's only 1/3 accurate. It talks about the quality in which you're trusted is what it says. What credibility really is the quality in which you are known, liked, and trusted. And by known, it's not that I know of you, so it's not that you're seen, it's that I actually know you. And so the important part is if you think about who you are and what your personality is and who you are when you're home with friends and family, that's the same person that you want to have your prospects and your customers to see. So you don't need to wear one mask in one place and another mask in another. Well, you do it for COVID, but you don't need to wear a different perspective that way. And so going back to your question, how do I help people be seen? First, who is the audience you need to play with? Second, what do you actually do to help solve that? And I'll give you one last point. So I finished interviewing 500 thought leaders on credibility. And it was a beautiful experience. Came up with a new book called Credibility Nation. Here we go. Came up with a new book called Credibility Nation. Have a membership site, have a movement. Now, a movement only happens when it starts moving. So I have the goals for a movement. Okay. And what's interesting is of the 500 people I interviewed, I always ask the same 5 questions. And the first question is essentially the question you just asked me. Who do you serve? I call it, what is your CPOP? What is your customer point of pain? What I'll say is that 98% of people, these are existing thought leaders, 98% of people needed help with clarity and specificity on who they serve. And it's what I could say is it's not that I picked bad people. I picked amazing people. What I could say is we have been taught wrong. We have taught to do business the hard way. We've been taught to do business not following the concepts of credibility. We've been taught to do business not focusing on our purpose. Because if you could clearly articulate your purpose in a succinct manner, what happens is it becomes a compass for you. You then take that articulation and you share it everywhere. It becomes a magnet to pull people towards you who need what you do.
Awesome. So what does strength in numbers mean to you?
It's by the way, in the green room, I said, I have no idea. But if I'm thinking about those words and what they actually mean, what I'm thinking about is we are Jay Facette, one of the mentors that you and I both learned from. It's basically we are better together is his phrase.
Yeah.
So strength in numbers is when you find people who are like you, right? When you find people who, when looking at credibility, if you actually know people, their intent is the same intent you have, that you know who they are, doing things together, oh my God, so much easier, so much better, so much more. If I don't do what you do, which I don't, then I want to be able to recommend you. So I
Yeah.
need to know, like, and trust you. And
Mhm.
subsequently, you have strength in the number of me, because when I run across somebody who's a prospect for you, I'm going to recommend. And
Mhm.
that's what strength in numbers means.
Yeah. And I think it's exponential too, like when we're out there and connecting with people and realizing, oh yes, like you kind of think like me, or you do business a little bit like me, or that there's some kind of connection or synergy. It's actually exponential. It's not even just one-on-one, that our business improves in that way. So we're both participating in the Strength in Numbers gift giveaway. And please tell us a little bit about your gift that you're giving during this giveaway and how it's going to help businesses go to that next level.
You know, by the way, thank you for your questions. They could be the same questions. They're really beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
So, as I mentioned, 98% of people needed clarity and specificity on their CPOP, their customer point of
Mm.
pain. What I'll also say is, after interacting with people, generally the types of people I'd have, and hopefully, if you're lucky, most of the people you interact with are fun, right? They're
Yeah.
fun. They're good to get along with. You know who they are. They're smart. They're capable. And that is when we're doing what we're doing right now, when we're talking synchronously.
Hmm.
When we talk synchronously, what happens is, if there's a question, like in the green room, I said, what is the harder question, or what should I do about it? And you said, well, what is strength in numbers? I'm like, I have no idea what that means. Can you help me? And you're like, no, you refused, which, by the way, was beautiful. Thank you. And I love that, right? What's nice about synchronous communication is you have that opportunity to ask direct feedback and get feedback to you.
Hmm.
Of the people I interviewed, all the people who I really, really thought were amazing, 80% of them sucked online. They sucked asynchronously.
Oh, interesting.
Right. And so what happens is, when you meet somebody and you go, oh, I really like this person, I might be able to do business with them, I'd go back to their LinkedIn profile. I'd go back to their website, and I would make an interpretation. Hey, do they, once I get to know somebody, when I'm doing the interview, that know, like, trust factor, huge, because once I know their CPOP and how they actually deliver on it. And by the way, I've had people who, they've tried to come up with a CPOP and they don't deliver on it, and I refuse to do the interview.
Hmm.
Right,
Hmm.
because that's integrity for me. Is, why would I
Right.
want to tell the world, hey, go to talk to this person, when they don't actually deliver on it? Now, I
Right.
don't do it in a mean way. I just say, by the way, you need to do the following things so that you're prepared to come back to my show.
Hmm. Right.
So when somebody is really beautiful in terms of who they are and how they show up and how they serve, and they don't look good online, that's an easy fix. So I
Mm.
decided to create a course, and it is how to add credibility to your LinkedIn profile.
Oh,
We charge
wonderful.
$197 for the course. It is a
Hmm.
1-hour masterclass that the promise, for those people who pay, by the way, hint, hint, you don't have to pay. The promise is, for those people who pay, it's $197. And the promise is that they will get their money back if it doesn't change the way you think about and, by the way, everyone else's LinkedIn profile for the rest of your life.
Wow. I'm so
So,
excited to jump into it.
oh, that'd be great. Yeah, please. And, it's a lot of times what happens, it's finding that master, as like you and I have with Jay, right? Finding
Yeah.
that person who's really smart, who, their intent is to help you, not to help themselves.
Yeah.
They help themselves by helping you, right?
Hmm.
So if
Hmm.
you know that, then I was one of the first 25,000 on LinkedIn. We were commissioned to write the book, the first book LinkedIn ever published. I was in the room with two of the founders, and they commissioned me to actually write the book for that firm. So I've looked at over 100,000 LinkedIn profiles. This is something
Wow.
I have expertise in. So spend an hour. It will
Yeah.
change the way you look at your LinkedIn and other LinkedIn profiles for the rest of your life.
Wow, that is so awesome. Thank you so much. So the link is below this video to get your gift from Mitchell, and as well as all the other participants in the gift giveaway, Strength in Numbers. But it finishes tomorrow, so you must act
Act
fast.
fast.
Thanks so much, Mitchell.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And this was beautiful for you to step up and interview others. So I thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.